Good afternoon guys, hope you're all well and welcome to today's video. So Martin has been working yesterday and today on this 24 or 74 plate, but 2024 Dethleffs. Now this couple are all the way down from Scotland. Scotland's here, Dorset's here. They've driven all the way down the country to see us, and this is not the first time. So they originally came to us a while ago with their first motorhome, and we'd done some technology upgrades for them. They then sold or part X their motorhome and bought this new Dethleffs. So these guys came all the way down to us because the dealer that they had purchased from had made a bit of an error or a boo-boo. And what they had done is they had offered to take out the head unit and refit it into their new model. The problem is that there was a platform change. So they had a Ducato 7 up to 2020 going into a Ducato 8, which is completely different technology. So of course, although they got it to work, it wasn't working correctly, powering up, steering wheel controls and other bits and pieces, and not even that, it looked a bit of an eyesore on the dashboard. So this customer called me up and said, James, you've already fitted some stuff for us before, we now need a price for this, this and this. So what we've done today is the Alpine INE F904D, but for the DU8. So basically that is the Halo 9, which is the slim tablet style system, but with the Ducato 8 fitting kit, all Alpine, so that you've got seamless integration. Steering wheel controls work, data on and off works, but of course, actually what we have done is fit a rocker switch for leisure battery switching. Now that basically means that on position 1, the key will turn on and off the Alpine, and then when you switch the rocker to switch 2, the key is out of the ignition, but the Alpine is then connected to the leisure battery. Yes, it's more work, it's more wiring, it's time consuming, but it means then that the customer can pull up at the side of the road for a break for a couple of hours, flick the switch over to position 2 and know that the radio or music is being played off the leisure battery so that you don't then have a flat battery. Also, we have done our aftermarket front parking sensors color coded to the front of the vehicle with our little colorful segment display, and another set of the Fiat Ducato no they're not, they are front side steps, and that simply is that the brackets are bolted onto the frame and allows you to get in and out of the vehicle much easier than you had to, are able to before, because of the height difference, as you can see. So if you haven't seen any videos on these steps before, and this is the first time you've seen a video of ours, then please check through back through our video history, because there's lots of them to do with the side steps. Now join me at the front. We'll just talk to you about the sensors first. The majority of the sensors that come into us are either rear only or front and rear, but this customer, I think, has either got already the factory fitted Ducato 8 rear sensors and wanted to complement them by adding the aftermarket front ones. Now the front ones are color coded. Motorhome colors are incredibly difficult to match unless you've got an analyzer that can match the colour. But this vehicle also just needs a clean. It's come a long way down to see us. The external outside sensors, or rather the outside sensors, are just curved around the bumper a little bit more, just to offer a bit more protection at the front and at the sides, but not too far away that they're not talking to the central sensors, otherwise you then get a dead spot. The two middle sensors, or central sensors, are fitted either side of the number plate. Now, something that we find all the time here is if you go and drill your holes either side of the number plate, chances are they're going to be off. So what Martin does is he will always measure from the fins on the front bumper or the grille, because on this vehicle, I can see it here that this number plate has been stuck on and it's not central, and then that just shows for, or goes for, a shoddy installation, which is obviously not what we do. All the four wiring cables get routed through to the front of the vehicle, plugged into the ECU. We don't fit an audible buzzer on the front sensors. We fit this color segment display, which is going to show up on the monitor, and that segment display basically shows you when your sensors have come live. It then gives you a little green segments to show you how close you're getting to something, and then that first warning is the single red LED, and the double red LED means that you are within normally 30 centimeters, a foot of your danger point or your obstacle. So again, we've done plenty of videos for front and rear, and also rear sensors, but this particular product in this video is just our aftermarket front sensors, so you can mix and match as much as you want to. Now join me in the cabin, I'll show you a bit about the Halo 9 that we fitted. Those of you who haven't seen many of the Ducato 8 dashboards, they haven't changed drastically, but they have just made it a lot more modern. The addition of the digital climate control or climate display, yeah, massively welcomed, because the older one was a bit, you know, you've got your manual knobs for adjusting your heat and fan speed. The button set down here is still very much the same, but a little bit more, there's a lot more features and functions that you can add on, like hill descent and other such stuff. Obviously you've got start stop traction control, and then you've got your two sockets here. So we've now got USB-C, USB-A, and a cigarette lighter. None of those fitted by us, they're now factory fitted, but it's catering for everything. So now let's just turn on the INE F904 DC-DU8, which is basically the Alpine Halo 9. Now the Halo 9 has been around for a long time, but the F904 is the only model with built-in navigation. And you need the built-in navigation for it to then be motorhome compliant. It's the traditional TomTom style maps. With all of these installs, you get 3 years free map updates, 2 years warranty, because it's been fitted here with us. Right, so this has just popped up because we're in our workshop and off the main road, so we can just dismiss. Usual menu features through the touchscreen display here, so FM, DAB, Bluetooth audio, Bluetooth connection, and then also vehicle settings. So whatever access you had to the vehicle settings before from the factory radio is then all retained. And the reason why it's retained is because of the fact that we have used a genuine Alpine interface with this particular vehicle. In here it just tells you that we are talking to data in the vehicle itself, and you can go into here and access bits and pieces. But to be fair, a lot of the Ducato 8s now we're seeing have come out of production as what they call open dash, so therefore there's not many menus that are being retained in there. We've got steering wheel controls on the back of the steering wheel, which Fiat have decided to put here on the back. So you've got a little rocker button on the back and on the left hand side here, which will do mute, station and track search and other bits and pieces. None of the flashing odometer that you would seen in a lot of these types of setup, and then of course you've got the GPS and the microphone all integrated. I'm just going to lean over from the camera here and access my phone. So let's just have a quick look. So I'm going to do that, and Apple CarPlay is then going to load up because my phone is ready to go. Now, with the INE F904, it's one of the navigation models, which basically means it's wired Apple CarPlay. Any of the models you've seen that's got wireless Apple CarPlay is a non-navigation digital media receiver, and that would be the Halo 9 Mark II and also the Halo 11. But either way, this has still got Apple CarPlay and all the features and functions that you want on there. So from your music to Waze, Spotify, WhatsApp, Google Maps with satellite view and all the other bits and pieces. To be honest, you know, Apple CarPlay, absolutely cracking bit of kit. The only difference is a slightly lower resolution on the navigation screens compared to the newer breed of non-nav digital media receivers that have got the HD touchscreen. Loads more information on our other videos as well, but if you want anything in specific, do get in touch with us. So this is the dedicated navigation system. You can access navigation built in on this drive, on this system, just by pressing the triangle, and that will take you to the built-in nav. So even if your mobile phone doesn't have any signal and Apple CarPlay is not operative, then you've still got the good old built-in navigation system that will take you round most of Europe and beyond, which is a cracking bit of kit. So parking sensors fitted in this vehicle, the Halo 9 or the INE F904 DC, but the DU8 fitting kit with dedicated fascia, so that this customer's going to be chuffed to bits. Set of front side steps, all done and dusted. So this couple are going to drive back up to Scotland, very happy and relieved to know that it's all been done and dusted professionally and correctly. If you've, I forgot to mention the rocker switch, sorry, there's the rocker switch if you can just see it. We are in the workshop, we've got plenty of lights, but we are reliant on external light as well. So there's your rocker switch. Now if I was just to take the key out, so there's the key now, and the halo's gone off because we're in switch position 1. If I put the switch position to 2, you'll see that the Alpine has just booted back up, and that's because now that's purely running off the leisure battery. So with the key out of the ignition, you then don't have any worries of flat batteries and everything else. So guys, thank you for watching as usual. As always, please follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Website links in the bio, and if you're interested in any of these products at all, get in touch with us via the website and the contact form. And thanks for watching.